Hey guys, so we have a bit of a strange occurrence today. It looks like we're moving on past the Cell Saga campaign, which is a little bit quick. I think, because if we take a look at the news here, right? Let's see if we can find this. Here we go. So the episode campaign Cell Saga Z. So typically when we take a look at what they say in the news here for the campaign, give me 1 second. Where is... It doesn't actually tell us the date for this. Okay. But essentially, the meat of the events are... Like, the login bonus is a good indication of how long the event's supposed to go on for. So this is going to go until the 13th, which is next Wednesday, next reset. So I thought, and I think a lot of people probably thought the same, that this campaign was going to continue for another week. Look, we have missions that go until the 13th. Gohan's banner's up until the 13th. Login bonus goes until the 13th. So the majority of the events that are tied to the campaign go into the 13th, but it looks like we're ready to move on past the Cell Saga campaign. We have a few things to talk about. So we have this free-to-play Wrathful Fury Broly, whatever his name is, Fury Broly. The new free-to-play character coming out today, I guess. We have a ZENKAI for green, gold, and Frieza. And then we have a unique equipment for the green legendary Super Saiyan Broly ZENKAI character. So I am not entirely sure what the next campaign is going to be. Obviously, it does seem likely that it is going to be some kind of movie-related celebration. We have this Broly, obviously, from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. We have the equipment for Z Broly from the second... I think that Broly technically is from Second Coming, right? So it's DBZ movie 10, I believe. And then the ZENKAI for Green, Gold, and Frieza. I think that Green, Gold, and Frieza is actually technically not on movies, though, right? I think this is the anime saga. Yeah, Frieza Resurrected Saga. So this is technically not a movie, not from the ROF movie, but I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? So it's tough to really say what this celebration is going to be, but it obviously does seem very realistic that it's going to be movie related. You could look at this Fury Broly and that Green, Gold, and Frieza, because this Broly should be in Frieza Force, right? Yeah, I was thinking maybe this is going to be some kind of like Frieza Force related celebration, but obviously the DPC Broly is not in Frieza Force, so it just seems like it's going to be movie related. So we'll have to wait and see what they give us, because we don't know. The strange thing about this is that the social media, the official social media accounts, have been absolutely silent for 3 days in a row, which I don't think it's ever happened before. I think there's actually some kind of issue or some kind of like back end problem going on with the social media accounts, because they've never gone 3 full days in a row without saying anything. It's weird. It's straight radio silence from them. It's kind of doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the free-to-play Blue Broly here. He has a range type. Okay, so he's higher blast. He has he has pretty good defenses for free-to-play characters. His offenses are pretty bad. He's gonna have sub 250 main offense. Yeah, it's not great. Movies, Saiyan, powerful opponent. Okay. Normal strike, normal blast. The blue card is Anger Shout. Deals massive impact damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 30% special move damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. Applies attribute upgrade. Minus 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 10 counts. Sure, nothing crazy. Stop time green card. Draws a blue card next. Stores key by 50. 30% blast damage. Cancels on attribute downgrade thermal conditions. 20% damage receive. Okay, nothing crazy. Main abilities: Roar of Vengeance. Draws a special move arts card next. For his own health by 50. 30% own critical rate for 30 counts. Covering all for 20 counts is pretty good. Oh, sorry, no. I saw nullifies and I expected it was covering all. It nullifies enemies' reduced key effects to self. Wait. Nullifies enemies' reduced key effects to self for 20 counts. Yeah, that's terrible. The only way that's good is if you pair it with Cover Null. So hopefully he has Cover Null in his kit somewhere, but being a free-to-play character, I doubt it. Yeah, that's okay. If there's a defeated battle member, he gets critical damage and then inflicts all enemies with 5 sub-counts. That could be interesting, but defeated battle member. If you're bringing a free-to-play character to your your fight, the odds are that they're going to be the first character defeated because you're going to sack them off in most instances. So, yeah, I'm not really too sure about that one. 33% powerful opponent, event exclusive, or sagas from the movies, blast attack, and defense. Okay. Okay, so we have Rage towards the Saiyans. I'm trying to like pull up the Green, Gold, and Frieza at the same time because I want to be able to compare his kits. Give me 1 second, and I got it. Okay. All right, so 20% to damage inflicted against Sun Family or Vegeta Clan. Oh, nice. Dude, that's exactly what we needed. We needed the anti-Vegeta Clan character. Thank God, that team was way too good. 90% damage, 50% special move damage, reduced damage received by 65%, 30% to key recovery, and then minus 15 to special move arts cost. Okay, I would actually say that this is a pretty good baseline for a free-to-play character. I'll take 65% reduced damage received because he's free to play. Like I'm not gonna harp too much on that missing 5%. Falling effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. 25 key, 50% damage. It's a lot of damage. 140 plus 50% special move damage. Card draw speed for 10 counts. It's a little bit short. A little bit short. Inflicts enemies for downgrade. 50% damage received for 20 counts. Should be all enemies. Also applies the following effects self if on remaining health is 60% or below. Activates twice. Draws a blue card next. Heals by 25% and gains 40 keys. So he's actually going to be gaining 65 key. And then he's getting 20% damage inflicted, which it looks like it's a permanent buff. So if you enter the battlefield when under 60% HP twice, you're getting a permanent 40% damage from this. Falling effects also occur upon landing a strike or a blast arts hit. He's stacking 20% damage, but it's only for 5 counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 60 to all arts costs. Okay, sure. The falling effects occur when this character performs a vanishing step. Shortens ally step count by 2. I actually do like that mechanic a lot. That's the purple Ginyu has the same mechanic. And also, I think the Zenkai Sword of Hope Trunks has that as well. I actually think it's pretty good. Reducing ally step count when you vanish. I like that. Reduce enemy key by 30. Applies the falling effects to self every time when hit with an enemy strike or blast arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. Heals by 3% and then 10% to health restoration for 15 counts. Falling effects occur when changing cover. Dude, how long is this? It's a free-to-play unit. Falling effects occur when changing cover. Shortens ally sub count by 2. Randomly destroys one enemy card. Okay. Falling effects occur when this character switches to standby. Heals by 10%. Restores ally key by 30. So this guy's healing a lot. He has a lot of ways to heal. Applies the following effects to allies if a tag powerful opponent or sagas from the movies other than this character is a battle member. 50% special move damage inflicted for 15 counts, and then 30% to ultimate and awakened damage inflicted for 15 counts. That's interesting. Applies the following effects to allies. 50% to blue card damage is a lot. That is a lot. 50% to blue card damage. And then 30% to ultimate damage. He seems interesting for a free character, but obviously we're at the point now where it's like these new summonable units are just so ridiculous. There's no way this guy's going to be able to do anything, unfortunately. He seems interesting, though. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Frieza. Where is he? Okay. So they have had so many opportunities to Zenkai this guy during like really, really good times that would have made a lot of sense. Take a look at this guy's teams. This character is basically on one team. Lineage of Evil. I mean, you can run him on powerful opponent now, I guess. But LOE is basically this guy's team, only team. Do you understand how bad LOE is right now? LOE legitimately needs 3 top tier characters to even be considered good, I think. Like, even if LOE gets like a top tier ridiculous character, like if LOE got a Super 17 for their team, I think the team would still be bad. The team is so far and away like off from what we need to even compete with like Sun Family and GT and all these other good teams. Like, it's not even in the same universe because of how much it's been neglected. Like literally nothing. We've gotten like almost nothing for the team. It's in a really, really bad spot. So they had like, I would say like 3 or 4 really, really good opportunities to give this guy a Zenkai, and they might have picked like the worst possible time. Like literally, this might be one of the worst possible times to do this. So unless they're going to be giving us some more LOE characters to come out alongside this character, and again, I'm talking multiple characters, now we could start to talk. But as it stands right now, I do not think this is actually a good pick here. And we'll have to see, right? I can't really make that determination yet until we see what we're going to be getting for this campaign because of how secretive they're being about it. But we at least have to be getting some kind of LF or Ultra LOE character during this campaign for this to be, for this to make any sense at all, this Zenkai. We'll see. We'll see what they do. All right, so let's give him the stat buff here. So remember, we got to take away 13k of his stats because of the arts boost system. So he's going to be at, what is that, like high 270 strike. He's going to be, that's a lot of blast. He's going to be like 289 blast, which is very high. And then defenses is going to be at like 184, 180 for strike and blast respectively. Okay. I mean, stat-wise, he's actually looking pretty solid. It's not bad. Holds 2 blast cards. Normal strike and a normal blast. Let me just actually pull this up. This is a first anniversary character here, so I expect to see some massive changes from the base kit here. All right, so goes from major to massive. 25% to special move damage inflicted for 10 counts upon activation is the same. 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed. Okay, so that goes from normal bleed to heavy bleed, and it basically just goes from major damage to massive damage, sure. The green card. Yeah, this used to be terrible. So the green card prior to Zenkai was just 20% blast damage for 20 counts, and then minus 50% enemy sustained damage cut when activated when changing cover for 20 counts. Okay, so now we get 30 key on this, which is good. The blast damage is the same. They updated the sustained damage cut effects thing to be all effects and not just when changing cover. Good. Oh, he actually gets covered on this for 10 counts. Okay, that's pretty good. Sure. Yeah, this is actually pretty solid. 50% sustained damage cut penetration is pretty good, I would say. Plus he's getting cover and all, plus he's getting key, plus damage. Yeah, that's actually not a bad green. Okay. The Earth Crusher, this is an AoE ultimate. So this actually already did massive damage. So all it did before the Zenkai was massive damage and then AoE damage. So now it does massive damage, it nullifies endurance, cancels attribute downgrades, and then it still does AoE damage. And it has blast armor now, which it did not have before. Sure, that's a solid buff for that. Okay, let's take a look. Main ability, I'll make sure to kill you. Draw the ultimate arts card, Earth Crusher. He gets 30% HP and 50 key. That goes up from just 30 key. He didn't even heal at all. 40% ultimate damage for 10 counts, and then 40% ultimate damage if HP is 50% or below. So that goes up from 35%. And then for that first instance of the 40% ultimate damage, that used to be tied to if 60 counts have elapsed from battle start. It used to be 35% ultimate damage inflicted for 10 counts if activated within 60 counts. Which obviously they took that off, which is good. Okay. It's fine. Not really a crazy main ability. Z ability is like solid. It's a low number. 25% at this point it's pretty low. It's because he's an old character. Or nowadays it would be 35, obviously, right? But it's a solid buff. It's both offenses to LOE or Frieza Force, so not bad. And then I'm assuming it's green LOE, right? Yeah, okay. So this won't be easy for you. Falling effects to self when battle starts. 50% damage, reduced damage received by 60%. Yeah, this guy had 0 damage reduction. Minus 5 to blast arts cost. Okay. Applies the following effects to self from battle start for 100 counts. 50% damage, 30% key recovery, card draw speed by 1 level, and then minus 5 to blast arts cost. Okay, so he's getting minus 10 to blast arts cost, which is good. 100% damage, 30% key recovery, card draw speed. Yeah, it's fine. it only being applicable for the first 100 counts is a little strange. I mean, I get it thematically, it makes sense. And this guy, prior to Zenkai, had a lot of these buffs tied to the first 60 count, so they lengthened it to 100. But, I mean, a lot of fights these days are going to go past 100 counts, so we'll see. All right, 30% damage inflicted against tag Saiyan. That's obviously very good. Falling effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, draws a Blast Arts card next, restores own key by 30. 20% damage inflicted, okay. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. 35% damage received for 20 counts. It's pretty good. It's a lot. 35% is pretty high. Unfortunately, it is only the current enemy. It's not all enemies. Then they also get minus 30% to health restoration and key recovery as well. Shortens own sub count by 2 when this character is switched to standby. Activates 3 times. Okay. Applies the flying effects to self when this character performs a vanishing step. 30 key, 20% damage for 15 counts. Card draw speed for 15 counts. Applies the flying effects to allied tag Lineage of Evil or tag Frieza Force when battle starts. Okay, that's good. 20% damage and 30% key recovery. It's like a mini version. Actually, is it a mini version? What does the purple first form Frieza give? Let me just see if I can pull this up. Because he has a very, very similar buff to this. So this first form Frieza, 30% damage and 50% key recovery, but that's to all allies, not specifically to Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil. So this first form Frieza has a better support buff, but it's the same stats. He's also buffing damage and key recovery. Falling effects occur when changing cover. When changing cover, applies buff effect, nullifies enemies, destroy card effects to self for 20 counts, randomly destroys 1 enemy card. Nullifies enemies, destroy card effects when changing cover. I don't know if that really matters. Huh. Okay, we'll see. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or a blast arts. 3% healing and then 10% vanish gauge restoration. That could be interesting. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of times this character's strike and blast arts have hit. 1 time draw blast arts card next and restore key by 20. Wow, that's actually pretty good because he's already drawing other cards. Like he's entering the battlefield and he's drawing a card, right? Where did I see that? Yeah, right here. He draws a blast when he enters the battlefield, and then he's drawing a blast when he lands a card. That's going to be really strong against like UI Goku and Ultra Gohan, who have those strike counter unique cages. Because you're going to guaranteed draw a blast, that's going to guaranteed draw you another blast. 2 or more times, plus 10% of damage inflicted for 10 counts. And then obviously it's going to reset. Falling effects occur when this character is defeated. Increases own Dragon Balls by 2, and then reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 2. Alright, so in terms of just pure damage, he's got 50 here, he's got 50 here. He's got 20 here, that's 120. He's got 20 here because it's going to apply to himself. It's 140. So with no conditional buffs active, he's got 140% damage inflicted, which is not great. His ultimate's going to hit pretty hard, I'm assuming. He does 30% extra damage to Saiyan, which is pretty good. We'll see. I think this guy can do pretty well. He seems like a solid Zenkai character. He probably seems like similar in line to like Zenkai Red Trunks or Omega, stuff like that. He seems pretty decent, but again, this is a far cry from what LOE needs to become relevant. Like, you guys don't understand how bad the team is right now, so I'm just hoping that, hopefully we get something good for LOE. That would be nice. All right, let's check out some equipment. So we have a co-op reset as well, so we should have a unique equipment for that, and we should have the BROLY one, which I mentioned already. And we should have a new PvP equip, I'm assuming. We'll see. We'll see. This? Is this a PvP equip? Powerful opponent. Blast attack and blast defense 12%, health by 10%, and then critical 15%, and then 12% of blast attack if this character is regen. That actually seems pretty good if you're a regen character. So if you're Cell or like Janemba or Boo, This could be pretty solid. Demon King Piccolo. Yeah, I like this. This is not bad. HP plus you have pure and base blast and some defense. That's not bad. Okay, we have this is the new co-op equip. Powerful opponent. Is this just going to be a powerful opponent campaign? Like, what is this going to be? Uncontrollable anger. Special move damage, ultimate damage. Slot 2 is okay. So this is going to be the normal thing. 18% to base strike and blast defense. Slots 2 and 3. And then 10% to strike attack. So that's pure 10% to pure strike and blast and 2. Why they nerf the stats? Why they nerf the stats? I don't really understand. This one is different. This one. Okay, so this equip, 20% to base defenses in 2 and 3, and then 12% to pure offenses. 20% to base defense in slots 2 and 3, 12% to pure offense. 18% to base defense in 2 and 3, and 10% to pure. I don't why they just really don't like powerful opponent. I'm very confused as to why they nerfed the stats on this. Is it because they're getting ultimate damage in slot 1? Weird. Still a very good equipment, but I don't really understand why they're like lowering the stats. It's weird. Okay, we should have a unique equipment for BROLY. There it is. All right, so this is obviously going to be for the green legendary Super Saiyan BROLY from BROLY Second Coming. 60% to base stats, 15% HP. I believe that's the same as Gohan's. Oh no, Gohan gets damage there. Okay. BROLY gets 90% damage, 90% ki recovery. That could be good. 15% to health restoration, then special move damage at 30%. And then his slot 3, card draw speed by 1 level. When you land a green card, he's going to get 50 ki, and then he's going to draw a blue card twice, which is chainable because his green card is the barrier. Reduce enemy ki by 10 every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character's in the battlefield. That could be annoying, but it's not going to be like crazy. Like we already deal with this. We already deal with a worse ability than that with Red Pan. But the thing about this is this has no limit, I guess. But how often is this probably going to be like living really long combos from good characters? Yeah, I mean it's probably going to be fine. I would say Gohan's is better. Gohan's is better, I think, for what he's trying to do. You can't really have an old character like this be a good defensive unit, and that's what this BROLY's a defense type. I don't really see this character doing well at all, even with this equip, but we'll see. So it looks like that's going to be it for this week's stuff. Again, a little bit confused as to why they decided to go in this direction, I guess. I don't know. We don't even know what the campaign is going to be. It seems like it's going to be some kind of either movies or powerful opponent campaign, but I don't really know how like a powerful opponent campaign is going to fit into like the episode campaign theme. Maybe it's going to be like a movie boss campaign. Like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but let me know down below what you guys think of free-to-play BROLY, the ZENKAI for Green, Gold, and Frieza, and the equipment for Legendary Super Saiyan BROLY. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.